Peace. Welcome to Queen L LLC. This is Queen L. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, this is the weekly astrology update for the first week of August. Can you believe it's August 2023 already? Okay, so this video is for August 1st through 7th. So, let's dive in. Now, we start this week off with a bang. On August 1st, we have the full sturgeon supermoon in Aquarius, and that takes place around 1:30 p.m. Central Time on August 1st. So we've been in the shadow period for the few days leading up to the 1st. We will be in the shadow period, the post-shadow period, for the few days after the 1st. So you'll feel this energy from this supermoon. Now, for more information about the supermoon and what energy it's giving based on other aspects, I will link the video that I posted for the full moon above. I used to always do videos related to the full moon and the new moon every single month. I have kind of fallen back from that because I'm letting my spirit lead me, and if I don't feel like my inner spirit, my Ori, my higher self, if I don't feel led to do a video on this particular lunar phase, then I won't. So with that being said, I did do a video for this one, so that's linked above. Now you'll see me looking off screen, and it's because I have my notes over here. Then over here I see where the planets are. I have all of that, so that's what I'm doing if I'm looking over. Now, also taking place August 1st and 2nd, we have, and I also have a whining baby in the background, so you'll hear that too. You hear all the sounds, so get to some ASMR for you, some visuals of me looking back and forth. If you have seen any of my previous videos, then you already know what it is. If you have not, where have you been? Welcome to the family, my little bitty family, and I'm so happy you're here. So, like I was saying, August 1st through 2nd, we have Mercury in Virgo opposing Saturn retrograde in Pisces, and the moon opposing the sun. A lot of energy taking place. What does this mean? So the structure and boundaries that you've set, that's a Saturn energy, but because Saturn's in retrograde, we're reflecting on those things. So the boundaries and the structure that you have set in your life, it will come into question. So you may already be faced with just thinking about it, kind of wondering, do I need to, tweak things a bit with my regimen, whether it's your beauty regimen, since we're also experiencing Venus retrograde right now, whether it is just your sense of purpose in your personal life and in the world. And that has to do with the Saturn retrograde energy. But this Mercury in Virgo opposing Saturn retrograde in Pisces, it's some emotional energy, but that Mercury in Virgo, it's about your communication. It's about being really meticulous with the way that you express yourself in written and in oral form. But opposing Saturn retrograde in Pisces, and also the moon opposing the sun, that's a lot of facing yourself. Okay, it's a lot of that energy this early part of the first week of August. So you may feel misunderstood and like you can't find the right words to say to express yourself, and that is okay. One thing to note is not to lock anything down contractually or illegally on these first couple days of the month of August. August 1st and 2nd, don't do it. Hold off if you can. We can't always hold off, but if you, just like when we are going through Mercury retrograde, if you cannot avoid signing something on the dotted line or drafting some type of contractual or legal arrangement, then definitely go over it with a fine-tooth comb once, twice, 3 times if you have to. Read every single word, read the fine print, read the front and back if that exists. Just make sure that you're really going over everything in detail at length to ensure that everything that you desire is being met, and also that the other end is holding up their end of the bargain as well. Okay, so just be mindful of that. But if you're able to avoid it, I would avoid it for the first couple of days of August. Now, August 1st through 3rd, so overlapping times, but through the third, we have Mars in Virgo, trine Jupiter in Taurus, and the moon square Jupiter on August 1st. Now, that square energy, it's a 90-degree relationship between them, the moon and Jupiter. But the square energy is really a face off. It's not really a battle of the wheels, so to say, but it is a really just facing things head on. It's a conflict resolution. So you identify what you're being faced with, what this type of energy is giving, and then you figure out a way to resolve it and to rectify it so that you can move forward in the optimal way that you would like to. Okay. Now, you may feel ready to go and ready to grow during this time. Use this time to work on, to focus on your spiritual practices as well as your manifestation during this time. Let that be your focal point, especially with what I was saying earlier about feeling misunderstood. Also, don't press go. So that Mars energy, you're really gonna feel like moving forward. Don't press. He saw that. Anyway, don't press go on legal or contractual documents, even though you will want to. You will feel the urge to because of the Mars in Jupiter. I mean, Mars in Virgo, trine Jupiter and Taurus energy. But just be really, really discerning in your actions during this time. And if you can hold off until the third, hold off until the third and then press go. Okay. So now as we look at, let's see, we don't really have anything taking place on August 4th. August 5th, we have the moon trine the sun. That is great. Trine energy, it is amazing. So the energy is, it's the moon and the sun. I mean, the sun is you, it's yourself, it's who we are. The moon is who you are deep inside, it's your emotions, it's the things that we, sometimes hide from ourselves and our subconscious, but it's definitely our innermost feelings, our innermost wants and needs, and who we are when nobody's watching. Okay, so this moon trine sun energy is saying that you may have felt a bundle of emotions and being faced with the question of who you really are in the first few days of this first week of August, and also feeling like being faced with the finding the balance between who you really are inside versus how you are normally, and not to confuse it with the ascendant, which is what we project, because that is something that we put out for the world, but really it's about just your actions aligning with who you really are on the inside during this time. So find the balance there. Also, you will start to feel aligned more. So you might have felt some angst earlier in the week because of the pull of the square energy and all of that. But now, as we get towards the end, the second half of this first week of August, you may feel a bit more in alignment. And that would be due to the energy shifting, but also due to the fruit of your labor, of the work that you've done to find that balance, create that balance for yourself. Okay. And also, I want to say, as we are in this last several weeks of Venus retrograde, this last part of Venus retrograde, and we're kind of in the meat of it, in the thick of it. Really, I've been saying this, use this time to focus on you, focus on your self-care, focus on the things that you find beautiful within yourself, not just what you find beautiful in others, what you find beautiful in the world, but what you find beautiful within yourself. Recognize it, acknowledge it, and affirm it. Okay, so that's something I want you to work on as well. Now, you're also with that moon trine sun energy, our emotions are aligning with ourselves. So that self-actualization. Okay, now moving into August 6th. So we're really getting close to the end of this first week of August. August 6th, we have the moon in Aries. So now the moon has transitioned from Aquarius to Pisces. Now the moon enters Aries. And it's trine Venus retrograde in Leo and square Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. What does that mean? So the trine energy is very, positive. It's that synergy taking place. But the square energy is, again, facing things head on. And now, so as you're revamping that self-care regimen, like I said, care of Venus retrograde, you'll feel your emotions start to stabilize. That's that trine energy. So that is an awesome feeling as we get towards the end of this first week of August. But you may feel some frustration and a bit of impatience about your elevation and the growth that you seek. But my advice to you is don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up over the timing of it all. You may feel like, you know what, I should be at this point by now. I should be doing X, Y, Z. I should have in my possession X, Y, and Z. I should have acquired X, Y, and Z by now. It's okay. We all feel like that. Even the people who look like they have it all, who look like they've got it all together, that they're doing the dang thing, even those people have these moments of feeling like, it would still be great if I were here, or if I were doing this, or had this, or was experiencing this. Everyone goes through that. Just don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it consume you. And definitely do not beat yourself up about it. If you want to revisit the choices that you've made, care of Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, and then Venus retrograde, Chiron retrograde, all the retrogrades. If you want to just to think back and to revisit choices you made, that is awesome. But definitely use this time to do the work. If the saying, be the change that you seek in the world, in your world. If you have certain things that you desire, I don't mean, that it's easy to just go out and get things, but take the incremental steps to have it your way. As, fast food place says, just think about it. I mean, you can plan things out. Use this Virgo energy that's taking place with some of the planetary alignments. Use it to be detail oriented and to plan out the steps so that you can reach those goals. Set baby goals to meet the small short-term goals, to meet the long-term goals that you have set for yourself, okay? If you don't have goals set for yourself, make some goals. You aspire to have things, to do things, to be things. You dream. If you have these wants and desires, then let's realize them by way of actually setting clear, actionable goals in your life. Something that is, they call them the SMART goals, something that is measurable, something that is time specific as well. Set a time to it, and that's where the little baby goals come into place, the incremental steps to get you to where you want to be. Okay. Now, at the end of the week, we get to August 6th through 7th. We have the sun in Leo now, square, and yay to all my Leos, Leo season. Sun in Leo, square Jupiter in Taurus. So Jupiter is not just the luck planet. It's all about abundance. It's all about expansion as well. So this square energy, that's us, square facing our growth. Ultimately, until you face yourself, you won't see the growth that you seek in your life. You have to face yourself. You have to deal with yourself. And that kind of sums up what I was saying about the steps that you need to set for yourself. And it does start with you, okay? It really does. So I hope that this video has been helpful. I hope that it resonates. Take what resonates, and what doesn't, just let it go. But it has been a pleasure as always. If you need assistance, if you would like someone to analyze your chart or provide any ongoing astrological services, I am here for you to do that. It would be my pleasure and an ultimate honor to be of service to you in that way. My booking link is in the description box below. Thank you so much. Peace. Ashe.